Hi, everyone. It's Steve Hill, CEO of New Hydrogen. Today, we're getting into the latest hydrogen news, including the proposed electrolyzer requirements for the hydrogen tax credit, the world reconsidering its rush to EVs, Hertz selling a third of its United States electric vehicle fleet, and more. So let's get into it. First up today, big news for the proposed electrolyzer requirements for the hydrogen tax credit. The Union of Concerned Scientists argue that the proposed clean hydrogen tax credit regulations must establish strong emission safeguards for electrolyzers, like requiring sourcing of new renewable power and matching the timing of hydrogen production with renewable energy generation in order to ensure taxpayer money catalyzes truly clean, green hydrogen production rather than grandfathering in hydrogen produced with fossil fuels. Next up today, the world is beginning to reconsider its rush to EVs. Major auto manufacturers are reconsidering their approach towards EVs due to issues with batteries, such as poor performance during extreme conditions, limited range, and availability of materials like lithium. According to Automotive News, General Motors and Ford are pulling back on some of their EV investments in light of slowing demand growth. GM has decided to stop providing EV production targets and instead build based on market demand. They're also delaying 3 new electric models, including the Equinox EV. Meanwhile, Ford announced it will delay about $12 billion in EV spending, including holding off on one of its 2 already planned battery plants in Kentucky. These decisions by both automakers are strategic responses to current market conditions, aimed at more prudently managing their capital investments in the EV space in light of a weaker than expected demand. This sentiment can be seen playing out as Hertz Global Holdings plans to sell about 20,000 Tesla EV units in the United States due to weak demand and high repair costs for its battery-powered options. Hydrogen Insights reports that disappointing results from 2 years of battery testing EVs has led IMC, the largest company in the United States hauling containers from ports to warehouses, to order 50 Nikola fuel cell trucks for its operations in California, Arizona, and Nevada. While not great for EVs on the surface, this shift may represent a growing trend to replace battery power in heavy industry and transportation to hydrogen fuel cells. Hydrogen fuel cell vehicles still employ electric motors and offer the distinct advantages of greater range, better energy density, and much faster refueling times. For hydrogen fuel cells to make sense, at least one company claims to have found a solution to compressing hydrogen inexpensively, which is an important missing piece in the affordable hydrogen puzzle. ZeroAvia, in collaboration with San Francisco startup Vern, is exploring the use of cryo-compressed hydrogen as a higher density fuel for aviation, which could potentially work for trucking, shipping, and other applications. This form of hydrogen, which combines cryogenic cooling and compression, could potentially reduce costs, speeding up refueling and increase aircraft flight range by 40% compared to cryogenic liquid H2. Despite the challenges of storing and transporting hydrogen, it remains a viable option for decarbonizing aviation. The use of CCH2 allows for higher storage densities and the use of lighter, cheaper materials for tanks. The insulated tank can maintain its cryogenic temperature independently as the remaining fuel expands in the tank and lowers the temperature through thermodynamics each time the fuel is used. We recently reported on ZeroAvia's prototype flights. Visit the video section at newhydrogen.com to watch that segment. In a second bit of hydrogen aviation news, Swiss aviation startup Sirius Aviation has unveiled plans for the world's first hydrogen-powered vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, also known as VTOL. It's called the Sirius Business Jet and Sirius Millennium Jets, potentially taking off as early as 2025. These are designed in collaboration with BMW and the Sauber Group. The revolutionary jets will be powered by hydrogen electric propulsion systems, enabling quiet, zero-emission travel at speeds up to 323 miles an hour and ranges up to 1,150 miles. The vehicle's vectored thrust system with 20 electric ducted fans allows for vertical takeoff and landing capabilities. If this is realized, Sirius jets could establish a new vertical takeoff and landing benchmark for flight distances and speed compared to existing electric aircraft designs. Finally, Bloomberg recently published an article with 10 things to watch for in 2024 in the hydrogen sector. In the article, Bloomberg acknowledges a disappointing 2023 and predicts a more promising 2024 for the hydrogen sector due to new policies and expected technological advancements. Key markets to watch would include the United States, Europe, Japan, South Korea, and China. However, technical issues may arise with the operation of large green H2 projects, particularly with regard to durability and scale-up of electrolyzers. I recently met with a Berkeley economist who shared key indicators to watch for the hydrogen market. Keep an eye out for that podcast interview coming soon at newhydrogen.com. At New Hydrogen, our goal is to develop technology to produce the world's cheapest green hydrogen. We think it's time to scuttle the hydrogen electrolyzer, which has been around without really any significant improvement since 1890. If you want to learn how we're doing that, please jump over to newhydrogen.com and check it out. That's all the latest news for hydrogen today. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.